G'day guys, I'm Dean from Blog for the Blood God. Today we've got a 2,000 point game of Iron Warriors versus Word Bearers. Special guest Boyd from Legends and Lore, the best channel out there in all of Australia. So let's see how this goes.
Blog for the Blood God.
Alrighty guys, I'm Dean from Blog for Blood God, not this lad. This is Boyd from the Legends and Lore. He's joining us today for an epic 2,000 point Chaos Space Marine vs Chaos Space Marine battle report.
Tasty.
I'm going to be running the Word Bearers at the request of my Patreons. Boyd, what are you running today?
Today I'm running Iron Warriors. I've been doing quite well with them, so it'd be good to get them on the board. A lot of Demon Engines I'm bringing today, and yeah, take on the Word Bearers.
Yep, I've seen you at tournaments. We've played at a few of them, and you've been getting some serious results with the Iron Warriors even before the new Codex dropped. So, yeah, you've got some serious experience behind your belt, so it'd be good to bring that expertise onto the tabletop in this battle report and really showcase what the Iron Warriors can do. And then, yeah, I'm experimenting with the Word Bearers for my upcoming Word Bearers Masterclass, so I'm trying out a few different things in this list so that I can sort of get more information and put together a better picture so that when I give that masterclass to you guys, it's coming from a place of being well tested and well rounded. So with that being said, we're going to read through our lists now and then we'll get back to you. Alrighty guys, so my list is a battalion detachment. We've got a Demon Prince with wings. He's got Golax the Decayed, Hellforged Sword, Mark of Nurgle, Warp Time, and Wings. Then we've got a Dark Apostle who has the Eightfold Cursed Croziest, Epistle of Lorgar, Illusory Supplication, Mark of Slaanesh, and Omen of Potency. Now, both of these characters are from my recent top 5 best Chaos Space Marine characters. Really powerful characters in their own right, and hopefully they're going to do some serious work into these Iron Warriors. Then our third HQ slot is the Master of Possessions, Liber Hereticus, Mark of Slaanesh, Mutated Invigoration, and Pact of Flesh. So your standard loadout for your Master of Possessions, you've probably seen it everywhere. Then we go into our troops, and we've got a unit of 10 cultists. A cultist mob, they're there for securing objectives in the backfield, those sorts of things, screening out, your standard sort of chaos cultist stuff. We've got a unit of 8 legionaries with an icon, all Astartes chainswords, and the Mark of Khorne. We've got another unit of legionaries with a chaos icon, chaos undivided, so no mark of chaos on these lads, and they've just got bolt guns. And then we've got another unit of legionaries. This one is Mark of Slaanesh, has the Balefire Tomb, and also has a Chaos icon. Their Balefire Tomb is going to have Diabolical Strength, which is hopefully going to be used to buff up that Apostle, or potentially buff up other nearby units to deal extra combat damage. Then in our elite slots, we've got a unit of 10 Chaos Terminators. Now these guys are upgraded pretty heavily, so they've got the Black Rune of Damnation as you would expect, Mark of Slaanesh as you would expect, but we've got 4 Combi Melters in the unit, we've got 5 Power Fists in the unit, and we've got 2 Chain Fists in the unit. So these guys are kitted out to the teeth, going in to do massive amounts of damage. Then our other elite slots, we have a unit of 5 Possessed with an icon, and then another unit of 5 Possessed with an icon. They're going to be really good for that Word Bearer secondary, where they go into the center of the table and do an action, sort of score victory points that way. Dedicated transports, we've got 2 Rhinos. So these guys are going to be ferrying around the legionaries and basically throwing them into the center of the table to score those victory points. And then we round out the list with the big dog himself, Abaddon the Despoiler. And even though he's not particularly useful in a Word Bearer's list because he doesn't provide the reroll hits buff because they essentially already have it, he's still just a really strong scrapper, and given that the game plan is going to be sort of fighting it over that middle, over the central objective, I think having Abaddon in the list is going to be really, really powerful. So yeah, that rounds out my list. It's 2,000 points, so it's 1999, and I've spent 5 CP pre-game, so I'm only going to start the game with 1. It'll tick up to 2 in my first turn, which is not ideal, but I think some of these Warlord traits and relics are absolutely critical to getting the most out of these units. So should be interesting. We'll see how we go, and we're going to jump into Boyd's Iron Warriors list now.
Alright guys, today I'm bringing Iron Warriors, 2,000 points on the knocker, starting with 2 CP. We'll start off with the HQs, Dark Apostle, Undivided. We have Illusory Supplication for these prayer, which is the trans hit. We have the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker. Now he's built out to be an absolute tank. I've given him the Technovirus Injector. He is Mark of Tzeentch. He has the Gorget of Eternal Hate as his Artifact of Chaos. And he's running the Warlord trait, Unyielding Metal. Now this gives him a 5-up Feel No Pain, makes him T7. When he dies, he automatically does Mortal Wounds. Mark of Tzeentch means that he negates the damage of the first save that he fails. And he has +1 to his save as well. Last of the HQs, we've got the Master of Possession, very similar to Dean's. Mark of Slaanesh, Liber Hereticus for his artifact, and then running Mutated Invigoration and Pact of Flesh. We have 2 units of 10 Cultists and a 5-man Legionaries. Now, where I have the Balefire Tomb, and for that I'm running Prescience, which is +1 to hit. Elites, we have our 10-man block of Terminators. Now, mine also has the Black Rune of Damnation. I have 4 Melters, some Power Fists, and the rest are just Bolters and Accursed Weapons. Running into 3 Decimators, all with Soul Burner Petards, putting out some mortal wounds for those. Fast attack, we've got 2 Barebone squads of Raptors, 1 Venom Crawler to up the percentage of getting my psychic powers off, and in heavy support, we've got 1 Forge Fiend, all Plasma. And there we go, 2,000 points with 2 CP to start. True.
Alrighty guys, so the mission that we're going to be playing today is the Scouring. So let's go through that now. So we've got Hammer and Anvil style deployment, which is 18 inches on this way. So basically we're going to be deploying somewhere around there and over here. That'll be our deployments, and then basically you can see the objectives. We've got 1 in the center of the table here, and then we've got sort of 4 arranged around it in a bit of a diamond pattern. And all of them toe in on your deployment zone, so you can actually deploy in your objective markers in this mission, which is really interesting. It's your standard take and hold, so hold 1 for 4 points, hold 2 for 8 points, and hold more than your opponent for 12. And then on top of that, there's a strategic scan secondary. So you basically start the action in your command phase, it completes in your next command phase, and if you complete it, you get 3 points, and you can do this with any unit. So really powerful. All right, so now we're going to talk about our secondaries that we've chosen. So I have chosen the Wordbearer specific one, which is Exalt the Dark Gods, I believe, where basically all I have to do is get a unit within 6 inches of the center, do an action, and then that's going to generate a tally, which is going to result in victory points. If that unit has an icon, like most of my units do, it completes the same turn, if not following command phase. So that should be relatively easy to score. Then I've also taken Warp Ritual, so you can see I've got a bit of a theme here going control that central objective. So bit of a theme on that. Basically, the Demon Prince is going to go in there and try to achieve that. And if he fails, the Master of Possessions can go in and try and achieve it later. And then last but not least, highly controversial pick, I've taken the Long War, which can be quite difficult to score, but I think in this mission, given the positioning of the objectives and the aggressiveness of what I suspect Boyd is going to do, I think it's actually going to pay off for me. So that's mine. Boyd, what are you running today in terms of secondaries?
So first of all, I'm taking banners. I think I can get around the board and drop some banners. Hopefully, because this objective requires a second action. I don't usually like taking 2 action secondaries, but it's going to have to happen.
So, do what you gotta do.
do.
This one's actually pretty good for banners because you can raise 2 from turn 1 you can deploy on them. So really easy to raise early banners.
And then I have taken Assassination. Just because he's got 4 characters, I want to see if I can kill Abaddon for the, for the big points. That'd be nice.
He should definitely be worth more than 3 points.
I think so,
like,
but
Supreme,
3 points.
Supreme Commander should be worth 5.
I think so. Kind of like what the Titanic stuff is.
Exactly.
And bring it down. And then no prisoners. He's got a lot of bodies. I think 12 points if I kill everything. But I just like scoring cumulatively.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, No Prisoners is
work?
generally one of my favorites because
Yep.
you're just scoring points by playing. You're just playing the game and you happen to be scoring mad amounts of points. So,
Yep.
yeah, and I think it's going to be quite a bloody game in the center of that table because
Yeah,
we're both going to be putting pretty aggressive posture. So I think it should be interesting. So we're going to do deployment now and then we'll get back here.
Awesome.
Alrighty guys, we've just finished our deployment. We're going to run you through that nice and quick. So let's flip over to the top-down camera. I'll run you through mine and then Boyd will run you through his. So we've got unit possessed in this ruin over here. We've got a Rhino with the red Legionnaires, the Mark of Khorne boys. And then we've got a unit of cultists there as well. Then over here, we've got behind this ruin here, we've got the Terminators, all of the characters, Abaddon, the DP, the whole lot. And then we've got another unit of Possessed at the back here. And then we've got a Rhino in front of that ruin there. So these Possessed are within range of that central objective to go in and get that Exalt the Dark Gods in the first turn. However, I think I'll be throwing them away to do so. But it is worth it because if I can get that 4 times, that'll be 15 victory points. So strong start there. And then basically the rest of the army is going to push up over the first couple of turns and try to take that center. Boyd, what about yours? Run us through yours.
So basically we have some cultists on either side of the deployment. We have the Legionnaires over here, Master of Possession, and 5-man squad of Raptors. The Venom Crawler to give the buff, the +1 to casting. We have 2 Decimators out of reach of hard shooting, so Melters can't get to them, but I think some Bolters can. We have our Mauler Fiend, just Forge Fiend, sitting at the back looking at this open corridor, waiting for someone to come in and try and blast them away. We have our Tanky Disco Lord, another Decimator, the Dark Apostle, just sitting here behind these cultists, and a squad of Raptors just behind here. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty interesting. I reckon there's going to be a bit of a death match happening in the center there. I feel like every time I throw something in there, you're just going to obliterate it. But yeah, continue.
Decimate it.
You're going to decimate it?
Yeah, hopefully.
That means you only kill 10% of it, yeah?
That's all right.
That's the technical definition of decimate. But yeah, so it should be an interesting game. I actually just learned something today, and that is that the Iron Warriors, I thought that they only ignored light cover, but they actually ignore all cover. So all of these forests on the table are essentially just a detriment to me. They don't really slow the Iron Warriors down.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they can blow their way through bastion walls, they don't really give a fuck about.
Oh, that's where that makes sense.
So,
yeah. And to mention, they also can't reroll wounds against the Iron Warriors.
Correct.
What's the Word Bearers?
So they got reroll hits.
Yep, that's nice.
So that's pretty good.
Yep.
That should be interesting. You've also started with your Terminators off the table
I
in
have.
this game.
Yeah, I'm going to try something different.
Which is an interesting play. I've started mine on the table out of line of sight so that I can make sure I get the buffs off on them before I send them into the middle where they're probably going to die anyway. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Let's roll to see who takes the first turn.
Sure, let's go.
So white dice is me. We've got a 4. We've got a 6. So Boyd's going to take the first turn.
I'm going first.
And then, yeah, so we'll do his movement phase and whatnot, and then we'll get back to you.
Yep. All right, guys, I've moved up. Basically just held a steady line and slightly moved forward. So I've got some view of the center. We've got a couple of things in range of shooting.
So we've got Decimators up here.
Yep.
Decimator over there. You can run through the rest.
Yeah, so basically I've moved it up. The characters are screened at the moment. I have moved the cultists up to this, and they have dropped a banner on here. I have moved the other cultists onto this objective, and they have dropped a banner. Then I've moved up with my raptors behind here, and I'm doing the tertiary or the strategic scan for the mission. I've got some psychic to do.
Yep, so let's roll them out.
Yeah, so the Venom Crawler gives +1 to cast, and we're going to go with the Legionnaires here and try and get a prescience off.
So we need a 7.
Which we need a 6.
Yep, because your thingy.
Yep, that goes off.
Up on a 9.
9. So we're going to put prescience onto the Decimator here. And then we're going to move on to our Master of Possession.
Yep. Who's he going to possess masterfully?
What do I have again? I'm just going to roll for it, which is
Mutated Invigoration.
Mutated Invigoration.
Yep.
So I'm going to aim. I'll Let's see. Let's see what I can get here. Okay, it goes off on a 7 + 1 for the Venom Crawler, 8. It's not over 10. I was going to put on the Disco Lord, and if it is a Demon Engine, Demon Engine, but it's not over 10. So we're just going to give him +1 toughness. So he's now T8.
Spicy boy.
Spicy. Okay, then we're going to move into the shooting. Is there anything?
Right. Who's shooting who?
All right, we can only see a Rhino, and anything that I've got is going to go into the Rhino. So we just have a Decimator over here and a Venom Crawler.
So the Decimator here, the Venom Crawler here, shooting the Rhino that's just down here.
Yep. So let's start with the Venom Crawler. Now the Venom Crawler is hitting on 3s, and he gets 3 shots per excruciating cannon. And it's not heavy, so we're not exploding yet. Next turn we will be.
It is next turn. Alrighty, not a bad roll. 4 hits there.
Drop 2.
Get rid of these guys.
Yeah. Toughness 7 versus Strength 7.
Yep, they're looking for 4s to wound.
Just 1.
3 1s, that's not what you want to see. It's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
What's the AP on these?
Neg 2. So now in the Neg 1.
So 4 up save for me.
Beautiful.
It's all good.
Then we'll go with the Decimator. So we have to do each arm separately because he can take mortal wounds. So the left arm is going to be doing that many shots, 5
shots.
And the right arm, 4 shots.
Cool.
Okay, left arm. Hitting on 2s because we've got Prescience off. There's 1 mortal. And right arm. So we have 8 hits here.
Oof,
and then
spicy boy.
The rules stipulate on a unmodified wound roll of 2, we inflict 1 mortal damage, 1 mortal wound.
All right,
so that is 7 mortals.
7 mortal wounds. All right, so that rounds out your shooting phase, correct?
I think so, mate. Yep.
7 mortal wounds done to the Rhino. Those Decimators are scary, man. That's terrifying. So we're going to
just needed something to go through with the spider, but
that Rhino has 3 wounds left, and then that rounds out your turn, correct?
Pretty much. So just to summarise, we've got some banners on here. I've done the tertiary on this objective here, and let's move on.
Sounds good. All right, we'll get into my turn. We'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so we've just finished up my movement phase. I'll run you through that now. So basically we've got the Possessed have moved up into the center and they're doing the Exalt the Dark Gods action, which is going to get me some victory points. Then over here we've got the Rhino is doing the Scramble fucking Strategic Scan action, or whatever it's called. And then basically this Wounded Rhino, we forgot to roll it out on camera, but it actually gets a 5-up Feel No Pain save against those mortal wounds from the Decimator. So we basically got that back up to having 6 wounds remaining. It's moved around to the corner here so that it can launch Legionaries out in subsequent turns to sort of continue to score that Wordbearer's secondary. Terminators have moved up here so that the bulk of them can see the Cultists. Abaddon, Demon Prince, Apostle, and Master of Possessions have all moved up as well to try and get towards the center of the objectives. And then we've got the Possessed back here, tucked in behind this ruin, the other unit of Possessed. So that more or less rounds out my movement phase. So we're going to go into some Psychic phase now. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch down to the dice cam and we're going to roll out some powers. So the Demon Prince is going to put Putrid Miasma on himself. I was going to go for a Warp Time, but I'm actually pretty happy with my position. So we're going to go for a Putrid Miasma. That is not going to succeed.
And I am out of deny range anyway.
And yes, I've specifically moved to make sure I'm outside of deny range. So Putrid Miasma fails.
Putrid?
Whatever it's called. Now we're going into the... We're going into the Master of Possession. So he's going to do D3 mortal wounds. Actually, the first thing he's going to do is Delightful Agonies is the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yep.
So that goes off.
That goes off. Yep.
Now he's going to do D3 mortal wounds to the unit to get pluses to his cast. So he does 2 mortal wounds to the Terminators, which both go through.
Yep.
So they've taken 2. And he's going to do... whatchamacallit, Mutated Invigoration.
Yep.
Which is going to fail on a Snake Eyes, so I'm going to spend 1 of my command points to re-roll that. I'm going to roll different dice because those
That's very hard to fail too. All you needed is a 3 when
Yeah.
you've got +2.
There you go.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
So they now get a +1 toughness. Not that it's going to matter when the bulk of your damage is coming from mortal wounds, but it will help against things like the Forge Fiend and the various other bits and pieces.
Yep.
And then our last power, we're going for Pact of Flesh to regenerate those
Sure.
that we've taken so far.
So are we stabbing a guy again or not?
Yeah, stabbing a guy again, of course.
Right, so
which is going to do 2 mortal wounds, so it's going to kill one guy.
Does it? Because he got 5 up mortals.
You're right, yes, thank you. See, this is why you have
Oh.
So it does 1, which kills
Does
the
kill
guy,
one,
but
yep.
then the power goes off, which
Yep.
just reses him back.
Bada bing.
And I could have rezzed him a little bit closer to try and go for a charge or something like that, but I'm not particularly interested in that at the moment. So yeah, that rounds out my psychic phase. We'll do some shooting now, just real quickly, because there's not much in the way of shooting in this army. We've got 6 Terminators there with combi bolters.
Yep.
We're just going to target those cultists. So 1, 2,
And we are
3,
exploding on 6s because it is rapid fire.
4, 5. I'm going to need to steal some of your black dice. 6.
Oh.
And then there's one guy also that has a combi melter. He's just going to shoot his bolter profile into them. And also in the command phase, we forgot to mention this as well, but basically Abaddon put his reroll hits on the Terminators, and the Dark Apostle put Illusory Supplication on the Terminators, and the Omen of Potency on himself.
Ooh,
So we're going in, we're
tasty.
hitting you on 3s
Yes.
with full rerolls.
Full rerolls and exploding 6s.
Alrighty, so we got some 2s and 1s in there. Quite a few actually.
I'll get your 6s
But
to
we
the
did
side
get
for
some
you.
6s, so
So 4 6s.
let's reroll
Right,
these
reroll
ones.
them, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And
4 more.
4 more. So you can have that one back. And then these
should
will
just
be
pick 'em
winning
up.
you on 3s. Oh, you never know. These are winning you on 3s, and you will get a 6-up save from your t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
That one's cocked. So Alrighty, there's your damage.
Okay.
Silly me, forgot to
I
flick
think
over
here's
the
1
dice
point for Long War for you. Yep.
count. Alright,
So they're all dead.
that is a dead unit of cultists. Cultists gonna cult.
Because the cult is gonna cult.
Yeah. So that rounds out my turn. So I got my Exalt the Dark Gods, which is cool. I got a point of Long
Does that
War.
go off at the end of your turn?
Yes, because this unit has an icon in it.
Sweet.
Any unit that has an icon, it's going to
Yep.
finish in that same turn. Whereas
Very
if they don't have
nice.
icons, yeah. Yes, that rounds out my turn. We'll go into Boyd's turn 2, and we'll be right back.
All right, cool. So we have moved up. We've moved up quite a bit. We're trying to take this central part of the board. I have brought my decimators around, so we've got a bead on the Terminators. This decimator has moved up to the center a little bit, so he can only see one of the Terminators. So we might have to start shooting there. The Spider can also see one Terminator. Forge Fiend can only see the Greater Possessed. The Possessed, sorry. But we're going to try and get a charge here with the Terminators. Now I'm going to show you something which I think is pretty cool.
Pretty nifty
Nice
trick.
little nifty trick. So we've dropped in the Terminators in the reinforcement step of the movement phase. And what the plan is that the Dark Apostle then spends 2 CP at the start of any phase.
Yep.
To guarantee the litany going off. So I'm going to spend 2 CP.
Yep.
That means that they're going to have trans hit on, which is Illusory Supplication.
Yep.
Then we're going to try and use the Psyker, the Master of Possession, to kill one and bring one back 2 inches forward, meaning it's about a 5-inch charge. So,
All right. Well, I guess we should probably roll out your psychic powers.
yeah, definitely. All right.
So we're doing mortal wounds to the Terminators.
Yes, we're going to do mortal wounds to the Terminators. Let's
roll.
do it.
Big D3.
Oh, I like what we're seeing here.
Oh, yep.
Yes, and
it's
it's
dead Terminator.
okay. That's what we like. So he's going to just go to sleep for the time being.
Yep.
Now I can't fail this because I have a Venom Crawler next to me as well, but I can perils.
So he's essentially got +3 to his casting,
Yeah.
and then he's roll a 5.
Oh,
Oof. So technically the only way that you could hypothetically fail is if you had already taken wounds, you perils, and then you died from the perils. Then you would fail.
correct.
That's a lot of ifs.
Yeah, a lot of
A
ifs
lot of
and
things
buts.
need to go wrong
Yeah.
for this to fail.
Now we also haven't moved my Master of Possession because previously in Dean's turn, I was out of range to deny, and so on and so forth. Okay?
And my Khorne Legionnaires are still sitting inside that Rhino there.
So what we're going to do is bring him back 2 inches. So the way I've made my Terminators, so what you want to do is bring 2 in line at the front.
Yep.
So then it's equidistant, so 2 inches from there. We'll move it to what we need. And then what we're going to do is...
So that was your Pact of Flesh.
That was my Pact of Flesh. We're going to do a Delightful Agonies.
Alright.
So what I'm going to do is stab a Legionnaire.
You can't stab a Legionnaire for Delightful Agonies.
Oh, no, I cannot. Not for Delightful
Only
Agonies.
for Malefic
Correct.
Powers.
So we've only got a +1 to this cast from the Venom Crawler.
Yep.
And I will need a 6
Yeah, so you
now.
roll a 5 on the dice.
Yep.
That'll do it.
So that's a 9. So we're going to have Delightful Agonies on my Terminator blob because they are Slanesh. And what was the last one I had? Oh, +1. So Mutated Invigoration. Now I will stab a Legionnaire.
Yes, you will.
And he will take... Oh,
Only
it's coming up Boyd House, isn't it? So we're just going to drop 1 on my Legionnaire then.
Yep, so a single wounded Legionnaire. We got a Terminator back. And we get off our Mutated Invigoration, one would assume, on the Terminators.
Correct. So they are now T5.
T5, spicy boys.
Yeah.
What about shooting? What do we got?
So we've got a little bit of shooting. So basically we've got the Decimators here that we're going to go into the Terminators.
We're going to shoot with that Decimator
We're going to start
first?
with this Decimator first. But before we do, I also have Prescience,
Yes.
which isn't going to help against the Terminators because I can only hit them on a 4.
Yep.
Now I have advanced these, so it doesn't matter anyway. So I haven't advanced them. The Decimator over here, I could put it on him if I decided to go against something else. But I was going at Terminators, so I'm not even going to bother. There we go. Easy done.
It is worth noting that your Prescience does last until your next Psychic phase.
That is also true. Okay.
So it does matter. It is definitely worth doing.
All right.
And casting it on something that you think might be relevant in my turn.
Cool.
You know, something that you think I'm going to charge would be my advice.
Charge? Why was that?
Well, because if I charge something, then when you hit me back, like say if you're
of
expecting
course.
Possessed to come out and hit something, you want to get Prescience on yourself.
I don't know why I didn't. I should have planned is to go on the Terminator as well to make them a beat stick. I don't know why I didn't even do it. Anyway, I need a 6 because I got +1 from the Venom Crawler.
That Venom Crawler's doing dividends.
Bang! 11. I've rolled 3 11s, I think.
Yeah.
So now we've got +1 to hit on the Terminators as well.
You're using up all your 5s and 6s now,
Yeah.
so that in my turn you don't have any left.
Very good. So that was 2 CP, sorry.
Yep, 2 CP.
Oh, so I'm now on 3 because I got another one to start on my turn as well.
I'm also on 3.
You're also on 3. Let's start with
Desi 1?
Desi 1. Okay, so we are in the second Wanton, and Assault weapons now do explode.
Cool.
So let's roll the left arm and the right
3
arm.
shots and 6 shots. Rolling hot.
Okay, so we'll separate these. So left arm... Oh, by the way, the Demon Engine's heal, start of your turn. So the previous mortal wound that I took has now been healed. So back to full.
Checks out.
Yep.
And this is targeting the Terminators.
Targeting the Terminator.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s. No rerolls, brother. I don't have rerolls anyway. So that's 1 6. So that's 2 hits. Okay, so that is a 6.
Yep.
That's one of our Legends and Lore dice. We now have Chesek dice, so let's not just think about that. And 4s.
So we got 2 hits there.
2, and that is a mortal, so he will take a mortal. But 1 explodes, so we've got 5 hits.
5 total, yep.
And...
Winning on 2s.
Winning on 2s. Okay, so that's 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds. Okay, so we got 5 Alternate Pains from those. Both from Delightful Agonies and from being Word Bearers. They don't stack, unfortunately, but...
5 and 5.
Okay, so 2 mortal wounds get through. So that pops 2 wounds on a Terminator there.
Cool.
I might as well put it on that guy over there.
Yep.
Yeah, so for those of you playing along at home, this is a really effective way of dealing with Chaos Terminators because you don't need to roll to wound, you just do mortal wounds. So
Yeah.
quite
Well, I
effective.
still do need to roll 2s.
Yeah, checks out.
But that's here. Now we'll just do the spider into the damaged Terminator. That's all it can see.
Yep.
So it's 3 shots each. Now these are assault as well.
Yep,
So 4s.
hitting on 4s with exploding 6s.
Whoa! All hit.
Hang on before you pick them. Look at that shit, guys. I'm really bad at doing this whole camera switching thing. I will get better. This is the first battle report using this new setup. So
It is a very average roll. Like there are 4s and 5s, but
you
I mean,
got no sixes, right?
no
So-
6s, but no fails.
yeah, correct.
And then are you T5 at the moment? It doesn't matter. I'm still winning.
I am T5.
Yep. So
and
I'm winning on 4s because he's -1 to wound.
Yes.
So that's
so we've got
3
three
at
wounds
neg
there.
2.
So it becomes -1
Yep.
thanks to Armor of Contempt.
Yep.
So these are 3-ups. Oof, big thunderclap. So these will become 3-up saves. One gets through.
That's 2 damage.
Now 2 damage, so I got my 5-up Fin of Pains.
And
Okay.
1 Terminator's
So that
dead.
is 1 dead Terminator. Alrighty. Cool.
Cool. All right, let's move on to Double Trouble over here. The other 2 Decimators.
2 Decimators in this corner over here,
Okay.
firing into the Terminators.
Okay, we'll go the one at the front, one at the back, sorry, first, and we're going to do left arm and right arm. Whoa.
So, again, a slightly above average roll. You're doing well with those Decimators.
You're going all right. So we're going to need 4s here, exploding 6s, 1 exploding 6, no 1s. Oh, sorry, 2 hits,
yeah, so
but
3
no
hits.
1s, so no mortals. So that's 3 hits there. And then we're going to go for 4s on this side. And there is a 1, so he will take a mortal wound. And we have another 3 hits,
Cool. 6 hits.
6 hits, and we're going for
2 to
2s.
do mortals.
Okay, so that's
Oof, rolling hot.
6 mortals there.
So I got a 5-up Fin of Pain on these. Okay, so 3 get through, so that's 1 more dead Terminator.
Yep.
I'm going to remove from over here this time. Because I can't pull you out of range or line of
No.
sight, so no need to, no need to even
worry.
try.
And we'll go with the last Decimator. Hopefully he can... Oh, I think he's going to roll pretty average now.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You've jinxed yourself.
Left arm. Oh!
Oh, you did.
Right
jinx
arm,
yourself.
double 6.
So that works out to be what, 5, 6, 7. So only slightly below average because the average is 8 and you rolled 7.
Correct. But let's get all these 6s. I haven't rolled a 6 for a bit.
I know you have to roll them.
I
separately
do.
to
Sorry.
mortals. Yep.
So it was,
5
5
and
and
2.
2. So the 2s, no hits, no mortals.
No mortals. No.
Okay, 3 hits, no explodes. Okay, 2s,
So it's 3 mortals.
3 mortals. Give me some 5-ups, mister.
5-ups.
Okay,
So
takes
one
one.
gets through.
I like that.
Alright, so one guy's got 3 wounds on him.
I like it a lot.
So for those of you who are wondering, the reason he's rolling the arms separately is because each weapon has a rule on it basically saying if you roll a 1, you do a mortal wound. But because if you roll them all together and you roll 2 1s, you don't know if they both came
Yeah.
from one weapon or from the other.
But you can only take 1 per gun.
Yeah,
as well.
So it's
So,
a capped at
yeah.
2. So you have to roll them separately, unfortunately, which does slow it down a bit. But yeah, it's just have what you got to do. Any other shooting coming out?
Nah, I don't think...
We do have the this Forge Fiend over here. This lad here. He
Yeah.
could shoot downrange into the Possessed. That's his only valid target. But given that you've got that spicy charge coming
Yeah.
up, I don't think you want to do it because I'm just going to.
I don't want to do it. I want to roll a 5-inch charge. Would you like to roll it for me?
Oh nah, I left my loaded dice at home.
Damn it, where are my special dice? Here they are.
Nah, they won't show up.
They...
For those wondering, we've got these tiny little fucking. Let's see if they show up if I do this. These tiny little dice.
All right.
Just to fuck with people. All right, 5-inch charge.
Oh.
Oh!
So we're going to re-roll this, obviously, because that's not what we want to see.
So that's a failed charge.
Oh, oh, nice.
The odds of that happening are astronomically low.
Yeah, very low, but it's what happens. It's dice.
Yep, it is a game.
So
of
we're going to
dice.
go the Disco Lord into him.
Checks out. He'll make it in with a 7. The question is, does he kill them all?
I don't think so. I don't think so, my friend.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Do we want to roll that out now?
Oh, yes, we do. We want to roll that out.
All right, go nuts.
Very disappointing. Sorry, guys, that we...
Well, it's actually really good because I illustrated the exact same trick in my Night Lords versus Leviathan battle report, and it worked for me.
Yep.
However, this is a really good sort of like reality check that sometimes these things happen, but you've done a really good job in the way that you've put your Raptors on that objective anyway. You've put your Disco Lord in there, so you've built in contingencies so that if that charge does fail, it's not the end of the world.
Yep. The Raptors, unfortunately, are doing a action. They've put down the banners because there are more of them on, and he was an obsec, so I was able to do that. I have also buffed up my Terminators, and Iron Warriors are probably the hardest Terminators to kill, would you say?
I dare say so.
One of. But
I think they're the hardest unit in the game.
In the game. Okay.
Outside of maybe an Iron Warriors Lord of Skulls, which I have a video coming out soon on those, because those guys are insane.
In the membrane.
Yes. All right, roll up your Disco Lord. Let's do some damage.
Okay, shall we go for it?
We've got 6 attacks with his Chain Glaive.
6 attacks. Now we've got +1 to wound
From
charging, so we're wounding on 2s. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, no explodes yet. Next turn. Another thing, that's why I have a lot of assault weapons in my army as well.
Yep.
Because
you can spend 2 turns with the...
all turns, the rest of the game.
Yeah,
assault. Sure. So, let's go. 2s.
Ooh, there's
a 1 in there.
Oof, that thunder is ominous.
And then 2s. Oh, that's a bit lumpy.
What's that, 5?
5 at... Ooh,
AP3?
I think on your 5 up anyway. Yeah.
Well, it's AP3, becomes AP2. I got 3 up save, goes to 5.
5 up, yeah.
That's not a bad roll. That will kill 1.5 though, because it is 2 damage. So 1.5 dead. So we're going to remove this lad and Wendigo. Back to the dice camera because I'm a potato.
Yep.
One guy's wounded.
Just move him. And then we're going to do the Mecha Tendrils. That's just 4 attacks.
Yep.
Where were those 6s before? Didn't help. Didn't matter.
If only you were in wanton slaughter. Now these will be wounding on 5s.
5s, yeah.
Not
just
bad.
1.
And I'm going to be
no neg. 3 up. Yep.
All good.
And then he's
Bladed Limbs.
Bladed Limbs. And I did forget to shoot with him as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't have, right?
Nah,
Because
probably
you
not.
didn't want to hurt that charge range. Oh, wow, look at that for a roll.
2 hits. Wounding on 4s, I believe, now.
Yeah, I believe it's strength strength 5, sorry.
Strength might be +2. Sorry, let's just double check this. Let me roll and see if it matters.
You roll, I'll look.
6 and a 2. So only 1 wound.
Yep.
It's the same.
That's going to go through.
Yep, so that's 1 more dead.
So
the guy that's
the wounded
wounded.
guy.
Yeah.
All right, now I get to strike you back.
Oh, yes, he does. Would you like to pile in?
Is it going to let me get more guys on the objective?
No, I have.
I am going to pile in anyway.
Yep.
Because fuck it, why not?
Whoa! Fuck it!
1, 2, 3 guys and a sergeant. That's my pro tip when it comes to those decisions is just when in doubt, fuck it, just do it.
All right, now. I have 2 CP. What is the strength of your possessed?
They are strength 5.
Okay.
So they are going to be wounding you on 5s. You could spend CP to make that 6s.
I think I'm going to spend a CP, 1 CP
To make it
to make it 1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Disco Lord, if you've got the CP to fuel him, he can become really, really strong. Like, neg 1 damage, neg 1 to be wounded, T8.
Yeah.
He's fucking hard to put down.
I can make entrance hit. I can do all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
But we'll see. I think we'll...
The Terminators.
I'm hoping for 1 wound here. I think that's my expectation.
I think you'll get a wound through. Yeah.
All right, let's roll it
I
up.
will be saving on 2s, because they are neg 2.
Yep, and you have Gorget, so...
Yep.
So we're hitting you on 3s. Ooh, not a trash roll. 5 misses. 6 misses, sorry.
Yep. And the
And then we're
5s.
winning on 5s. Wow, I only did 1 wound.
Okay, and this will be a 2-up
You
save,
can
which I
save.
will fail.
Oh, called it.
But I am Zinch, so it doesn't matter.
Yes. So, no damage dealt.
No damage dealt.
So that rounds out the turn. You raise the banner over there.
Nope, I have these banners. I raised the banner in the
That's right.
center.
You raised the banner in the center, and you strategically scanned over there.
I did.
So you've
Yes.
scanned both your backfields.
Yes.
You've raised all 3 banners. Yeah, let's jump into my turn and we'll be right back.
Cool.
Alrighty guys, that's my movement phase done. So we've done some command phase stuff. Basically, we've got the Dark Apostle. He's done his Omen of Potency on himself and Illusory Supplication on the Terminators once again. Abaddon has this time he's put his rerolls on himself because he's going in for this Decimator over here.
Yep.
The Possessed that were in combat with that Disco Lord, they've fallen back over to hold that objective. And the unit of Legionaries, the one with no marks, no upgrades, they have disembarked out of that Rhino onto that, and they're going to exalt the Dark Gods again.
Yep.
So we've basically got that. It's going to have been exalted twice. There's a unit of Possessed down in here behind the Ruin, and they are going to be strategically scanning my second backfield objective.
You didn't have to advance them to get onto the centre?
No.
That's within 9 inches from the Rhino?
Yeah, yeah. It's the same distance, the same, because the Rhino moved into the same position that the Possessed were in the first turn, and that was 9 inches onto the centre. And then we've basically got this Rhino here. He's disembarked the Legionnaires out here, the Khorne ones. They're going to go in and try to roll for a 9-inch charge to try to get the Raptors that are in here. And hopefully that'll also take down an objective. The other option is they could charge...
And a banner.
Yeah. The other option is they could go for a 7-inch charge on this Decimator. And that'll get them onto the objective as well.
Yep.
Which will also take down your banner.
Yep.
Which maybe I will
You've got
do
some
that.
options.
Yeah, I've got
You've got some options.
Maybe if Abaddon fails his charge, they'll go for
Yep. Yep, definitely.
and then basically Abaddon's come around this side as well. So he's basically going to be screened behind these Legionnaires. And he's going to go for the charge there. I am going to spend 1 CP at this point to give him Red Corsairs Legion trait for a turn. So basically, until the next battle round, he can advance and charge and counts as 2 models instead of 1.
All right, let's see your advance roll then.
Of these things. So we're going to do a nice big advance roll. Now, he's 12 inches away from that Decimator. So I've got essentially a 6-inch advance and then 2d6 for the charge, which is a total of average of 10.5. So on average dice, he shouldn't make it. But we do also have a command point reroll, which I can command point reroll
in both phases.
So there's a decent chance we're going to do this. But
one.
That's
Five.
a nice big 5.
There we go. Why couldn't I roll that on 2 dice before?
So he is now sitting at 7 inches away because he was 12.
Love it.
So he's sitting at 7 inches away. Then we've got some psychic powers to do. So we're going to go for the first power is going to be a warp ritual. Now you are within deny range. You don't need pluses to your deniers though, do you?
I do not. No.
All right, so we're going to roll a warp ritual. We only need to get it off on a 3.
Okay.
However, if I fail, I can spend CP to make it auto pass and undeniable. So it goes off on a 7.
All right, I need an 8 here.
The question is, do I want to spend a CP to re-roll that?
You can't. It didn't fail.
You
You can only re-roll a fail.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, I'm not going to anyway. So
We'll look that up.
let's have a look.
So what do I need? An 8.
So you need to roll an 8. That's a 9. Okay, so that is a warp ritual denied, which is not good because I didn't get it off in the first turn and it was denied in the second turn. So that hurts. That hurts a lot. I just inhaled a bug.
Bugger.
Yeah. Fucking hell. All right. So
Oh,
now,
we have fun.
now we've got some other psychic powers to cast. So we're going to use the Master of Possessions. He's going to do Delightful Agonies on the Terminators.
Yep.
That fails as well. So this has not been a particularly interesting psychic phase. I could spend a CP to make that auto pass. Which I think I will. Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Okay.
So that is 1 CP, makes that pass, and now he takes D3 mortal wounds. So he takes 1.
But he's got a 5 up.
But he does have a 5 up.
No.
Nope. So the Master of whatchamacallits? Possessions has taken 1, so he's got 4 left.
Yay.
But now that power passes, and you can't deny it.
Yes. Yep.
Now he's going to...
I don't know if I was in range for that one anyway.
Possibly. I moved up a little bit, but anyway.
What have you got now?
So now we're going to do Mutated Invigoration. So
Sure.
we're going to do D3 mortals to the Terminators for 2.
Yep.
And Delightful Agonies them or whatever. So that does 2. And then we are going to mutate them, which goes off on a 7.
Yep. Well, you got +2, so
Yeah,
that
so
was
it
a
goes
9.
up on a
Yep.
9, so you're not likely to deny that.
No, I don't. Oh, look, let me just measure. I have both of my denies. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to. That's 24?
No, just out.
Just out. It's like you planned it.
It's like I planned it. I didn't, but it's like I did.
Yes. What did you roll then, sorry?
A 9.
A 9, okay. Yep.
And now I'm going to do my next power, doing another D3 models for 1. Delightful Agony on that. Goes through, so that actually kills that Terminator. Whoop. Which, it doesn't really matter which one. And then I'm going to Pact of Affliction.
No, one had already had wounds on it.
No, I'm pretty sure you killed them both clean, because I didn't have any big green dice.
No, you had 2. You had a guy that was on 2.
Okay, cool. So that just means there's a carryover wound.
From the first ones as well.
Gone through, yep.
Yep.
And now we're going to roll the thingy. That goes off on a 11.
11, yep.
So basically that allows me to just heal that guy back up and put him at the front.
Put him back, baby!
He's basically going to go in there just to make sure that that charge range on those Terminators is really, really strong.
Unfailable, you mean?
Unfailable.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, so that more or less rounds out my psychic powers. And now you can see that what I've done with the Terminators here is I've moved up and they're planning to charge the Disco Lord and get more bodies onto that objective so that I take it with my objective secured guys and just absolutely flood that objective with models. And then it's just going to be a game of whether or not your Terminators can kill my Terminators. I think that's going to be one of the deciding elements here.
Lots of fun.
So I guess we've got a little bit of shooting, which we might as well do we might as well do it on camera.
Yep.
While we're here. So we've got 4 melter guns from the Terminators. I'm actually thinking of going into the Disco Lord with those.
Okay. 3s.
Melter guns into him.
Yep.
And then all the bolters into just the Raptors.
Sure.
So 3s. So there's 2 misses, but there is an explode.
Yep. 3s.
3s. That's 2 wounds.
So it's neg 4, isn't it?
Neg 4.
So I've negate 2 of them. I've still got a 4 up invuln. So
Yep, so it puts you on a 4 up.
Yep. So fails both.
Both get through.
So 1 is negated from Zeech.
Ah, yes, yep. I should have fired bolters into him and then made you waste that on a bolter round.
Yeah.
But
either way, you're rolling well.
I'm going to CP that.
Okay. Are you sure?
Because why?
No.
You've got
nothing.
saves left.
I got 5 up, feel no pain.
Oh yeah, yep. I don't need my 2 CP for anything else, so yeah, I'm going to CP reroll that. So it does 5 damage because it's a melt gun within range.
Sure.
Oof.
Okay.
So he takes 2.
Takes 2.
So we got 2 wounds on that lad. And then all the bolters.
Into the Raptors.
1, 2, 3. So there's 6 guys with bolters. So I'll just do this twice.
But there's only... Oh, yep.
Oh no, it's 2 dead. Yep.
Yep.
Good spot.
But they definitely
so
went
yeah, I'll
nuts.
just do this twice.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Exploding 6s.
Yep. Rapid fire is both turns. Yes.
Wounding on 4s. So 4 wounds so far. And then we'll
4.
just do it again.
Yep.
Yep. Hitting on 3s. Exploding 6s. Oh, fuck, I just pulled out a bunch of 3s.
Just roll it again.
That's fine.
Right.
I knew which ones were 3s. And
So
then
2.
4s, so 2 more wounds.
So another 2.
Yep.
So 3 ups. Okay, takes a wound.
Does a single wound to a single Raptor. Abaddon's going to shoot his super bolter.
Just one of the guys that's not on the objective. Super bolter. What's he aiming at?
Old mate.
Yep.
Everything hits.
Pistol. Oh no, it's a bolter. Yep.
Yeah, it's rapid.
Yep.
His strength 5, so 1 wound on the decimator there.
Neg.
It's neg 1, 2 damage.
Neg 1, so 3 up then. Good.
I believe it's neg 1. Then we got a bunch of pistols. Not going to bother shooting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus he did advance, so he couldn't have shot that anyway.
Oh
That's
yes.
rapid fire.
Good
Yep.
spot. Good spot.
Think you got a Stormbolter on your Rhino? Could
Not
probably get a ping.
I'm not going to bother shooting
No.
a Stormbolter at a Decimator. It's wasting everybody's freaking time. That being said, my entire shooting phase has been wasting everybody's freaking time. So, let's go straight into the charge phase. So, when charging, my advice is to always start with the charges that are either the most important or the least likely to succeed, or in certain situations, both. And this, I would argue, is one of those both situations where Abaddon needs to make the charge to hit this Decimator to kill it, and also, so it's also the hardest charge because he needs to roll a 7. So,
Yep. And we've got 1 CP left on
so
the
we
old
have got 1 CP
Dean
left.
dice.
So we're going to go for a set. We need to roll 7 on the dice, and that's a 6. So we're going to spend.
Oh, he spent it. The average number. Oh, he's picked out 2 new dice.
Always.
I
pick
think
out
roll
new
1
dice.
at a time.
Oh yeah, right. The suspense. I need to roll a 5 up here.
Oh.
Fine.
Well, no one's making charges today.
Not no one. I've still got plenty of other things.
I mean,
to
no one
charge.
important.
That hurts though. I've just burnt
Yeah.
all of my CP on that play with the advance in charge, and then I'm not high fiving that.
What are you talking about? I did all the same.
True. This is definitely one of those games where nothing's going anybody's way. All right, cool. We're going to go for the Legionnaires now. They're going to go for 9, and they're just going to charge. They're actually going to charge the Decimator instead.
Okay.
So they actually only need a 7 onto the Decimator.
Yep, we
If
can.
he was much closer.
He is much closer.
That 6 is not going to do it though,
No.
because they're not within 7
No.
of him.
Oh, God.
All right, this is a fucking disaster. Okay, cool. Now we've got
Nobody wants to interact here.
now we've got the Terminators. They're going to roll their charge. They're going to make a 7-inch, and then the Demon Prince is going to charge in as well. I'll move them in a minute. The Demon Prince can only move 3 inches.
Okay,
All right,
so
cool.
Terminators first.
So now the Terminators can move 7. So basically, what I need to do,
Don't base me.
I need to flick it down to the old top down.
Okay, I'll have a sneaky drink. I'll get off camera.
You drink on camera, man. I don't give a fuck. It's Australian YouTube. So basically, they're going to move 7, and they just need to make sure that they don't engage with the Terminators, or your Terminators. They move as far around as they can.
That is a big 7.
From this bloke. Easy, mate. Easy. Calm your farm. But basically what I need to do here is I need to make sure that I leave a 2-inch gap here so that he might actually go back to there. So that he can go into that gap there. And then this guy goes here so that they're within 2 inches to maintain that coherency, but it means the Demon Prince will be able to slot into that gap there.
That's a long 7. Just saying.
Now, if you want to see a long 7, I'll take my pants off. And then the Demon Prince is just going to plop into
Can he
that gap
fit in?
there. Yep. So that's all of our charges made.
Yep.
I don't think we'll... Do we want to roll the Terminators on camera? That's going to take freaking ages.
It'll take a long time.
We'll roll
so-
the Terminators off camera and we'll get back to you guys.
Yep.
Alrighty guys, there we have the end of my phase. So I'm actually disappointed we didn't roll that out on camera because it was quite interesting. I basically fought first with the Terminators and took a bunch of wounds off that Disco Lord, and then fought with the Demon Prince and just killed him.
Just killed him.
Literally, if he suffered 1 less wound, he would have still been alive.
Yep.
He was right on the nose. That Gorget of Hate with the all of the buffs that are on that Disco Lord made him really, really hard to put down. He has died, however. So now you're going to do your Gorget of Hate.
So the Gorget, 2 to 5 is D3 wounds. 6 is 3 wounds.
Okay, cool. So you
A 1 is a fail.
Demon Prince?
No, that's everything. That's him. So this is his kind of...
It's not per unit?
No. So that's like an explosion.
Okay.
So everything around takes 1 D3 mortal wounds.
Okay, cool.
All right?
So now you got to roll the
Right.
the
So
D3s.
Demon Prince.
Yep. Takes 3. Mortal wounds, so the Word Bearer's trait.
Yep.
But no saves there, so that's 3 mortal wounds to the DP.
Terminators.
That's the Disco Lord's one.
3.
For another 3, that's mighty spicy. And once again, no save, so that's a dead Terminator. So I'll just remove one of these guys from the back.
It is... Let me just double check the range of it. 3 inches. Do you just want to check your Legionnaires for me?
I'd say so, yep.
Yep. Oh,
I'd also say
Termies.
your Termies, yep.
I think the Raptors would be out, but so your
Yeah,
Legionnaires.
Raptors are out, yep.
2.
God, that word bearer's save against mortals hasn't done much in this game.
And my Terminators. 3.
3.
So fill up, feel no
flames.
pain. No, so I kill one of my guys too.
Oof. That Disco Lord didn't want to fucking go down without a fight, eh?
Jesus. Hopefully I
So-
roll a 6 now to explode, which I also could do.
Well, roll it.
All right.
Do you explode?
I'm excited. Let's see.
Is the Gorget not instead of?
No.
Oh, it's in addition to?
Yes. That says, yeah, so let's go for an explode, because he is a vehicle. Ah, damn it. Does not explode.
He actually doesn't have the explode.
Doesn't have normal explode?
No, so
Okay,
even though he
so
is a vehicle, he doesn't normally explode, so that roll doesn't matter.
Yep.
Cool, so that more or less sums up my turn. So I got my Exalt the Dark Gods with my Legionnaires. I've got my second scan going on, which is good. I've taken the center objective. However, failing these charges hurts, and also failing that Warp Ritual is a problem. So
Yep.
yeah, and I'm in a pretty exposed position now, so we're going to jump into Boyd's turn, and then we'll see what happens.
All right, we're back with my third turn movement. We have pulled out the Raptors that were not in combat. We're going to go character hunting. We're going to try and kill a Master of Possession. Yep. We are on 6's Explode in combat now for me.
Yes.
And Assault.
3. So we got Raptors
moved from in there. We're trying to block Abaddon here a little bit. We're going to try and get some wounds on him, eventually whittle him down. Terminators have then moved up again. We've already killed one, so we're going to bring one back, hopefully, if I don't get denied. Just here, so we get a better charge. If I can get to the Demon Prince. We've got a lot of shots. We've got Melter, got the Decimator. We're going to try and kill this Terminator brick.
Yeah.
Not going to happen, but...
Oh, you never know. I actually think that this is going to be sort of what decides the game. If you can go in and kill that Terminator brick, then it's kind of game over. But if you only kill like 2 or 3, then it's game on.
Okay.
That's my prediction here.
We're going to see the Forge Fiend shoot now, because 3 damage is good.
Yep.
Not against 5 up, feel no pain, but still good. You could roll like Dane does.
If I continue to roll the way I've been rolling with those 5 ups so far, should be good. Psychic Phase.
Psychic Phase. Okay, so we've got a couple of things here. We're going to start with Prescience from
The Legionaries.
my good friends.
That's going to fail.
It's going to fail, so no Prescience for me.
Nope.
And then we're going to... it didn't really help anyway, because you've got Illusory Supplication.
Correct.
So, just a bit of shits and gigs. We're going to stab a Legionnaire with my Master of Possession for 2 mortals.
Yep, which kills him.
Which kills one and puts one... I'll do that in a
Do
second.
it in a minute, yep.
Yep. And we're going to do... Mutated, no.
Pact of Flesh
Pact
to
of Flesh.
heal back a Terminator.
Pact of Flesh. Okay, so we've got +3 now. So I need this to go off. So that would be a 10.
Yep, and where is
sorry,
your...
no. That'd be a 9.
A 9, yep.
Yeah,
where,
so
where
9
is it?
inches to there.
So
And
I
then
am within
I've got-
24 for my Legionnaires,
Yeah.
my Khorne ones, so I could spend 1 CP to deny it on a 4+.
Yep.
Your charge range is not an issue. How many Terminators you got there? 9.
9. Yeah.
That one last Terminator, I actually don't think he's going to be the one that breaks my back. If it was one of the Chain Fists or
How
something like
dare
that,
you?
then I would be worried. But I'm not particularly worried about one more accursed weapon
Rude.
Terminator. So I'll let you have that.
Okay. So Dennis
That
is
being
gonna
said, I
go.
do have multiple denies. Have you got any other powers coming out?
That's fair enough. Yes, I've got 2 more.
Okay, so he's outside of my Demon Prince's deny range, and he's the only Psyche you've got, correct? Now that you've done your Legionnaires.
Correct, yes.
So I'm only going to have 1 opportunity to deny, and that I would need to roll a 9 to beat, a 10 to beat, which is very unlikely. So I'm not going to risk it.
So Dennis is back.
So Dennis the Menace.
And I'll kill that guy in a second.
Yep,
We'll
yep.
just go through all that. Next one is going to be Delightful Agonies, which can't stab a guy.
Yes.
But we get the +1 from the Venom Crawler.
Fails.
Ooh, fails.
Do we want to CP reroll it? You've got one CP
I've got
there.
1 CP.
It's pretty important, man. If you don't have that, gives my Terminators a significant edge in that fight.
It does. It really does. But how many Terminators are going to be left?
Man, even a couple of Chain Fists will do some pretty heavy
Oh,
work.
yeah. So let's go for it.
Yep, so
CP.
spending your last CP, re-rolling that.
How much is Veterans? 2 CP now, isn't it?
Yeah, so you couldn't have vets anyway.
Do it. All right. How much is +1 to hit for the Terminators?
1 CP.
1 CP.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah, illusory. Yep.
Illusory, so-
We're going for it. Okay, so
So
that
it goes up on a 7.
which is an 8 because of the Venom Crawler.
Yep.
Oh, no, yes, because of the Venom Crawler. Yep.
Yep. And how close do you have to be to the Venom Crawler to
9
get the
inches.
buff?
Yeah, I moved it. So it's within range.
Okay, we'll check that in a sec. Okay, cool.
I do, definitely.
So, cool. That's a fail.
Yep.
So you got your powers off.
Yep. And now I've got the +1 to toughness, which is mutated invigoration. Is
Yep.
that right. Okay. So I will stab another Legionnaire. Or 1. So 2 are dead out right
Yep. So
now.
we remove 2. Yep.
And
Goes off on a 10.
no, 11. Plus.
Oh, because of the
Yeah.
Venom Crawler as well. Yep. Cool.
You got any more deniers?
Nope.
No.
Because the other guy's way back. I could spend the CP because I still have that 4-up deny.
Yep.
If I do that, I would then be wounding you on 4s with my Terminator, 3s with my Chain Fists, which is actually pretty spicy. It's essentially spending 1 CP now to get +1 to wound on my guys,
It's not guaranteed. It's 50%.
and it's
So,
only a 50%. So, nah, you can have it.
Okay. So
Alright.
that's on the Terminators. We're going to go into some shooting.
Yep. Cool.
I'm
Shoot
nervous
me.
about this.
You nervous?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's start with pistols at dawn.
okay.
Okay. 5 pistols into your friends.
So this is the raptors that are hanging around here. Let's
I
just,
call them the wasps.
these raptors down here shooting into Abaddon the
No,
despoiler.
not into Abaddon. He's not going to do anything. on
Not
it.
into Abaddon. Okay,
Into
cool.
your Legionnaires.
Okay, checked out.
Okay, pistols are not exploding.
No, so 6,
threes.
5 pistols, 3 hits,
3 hits and
Fours.
4s.
1
Just
wound,
one.
saves
And
it.
it's a save. Standard. Oh, it's meant to do a crack. What an idiot. Okay. Let's go into the pistols here, into your Master of Possession.
Yep.
So 5 again. That's a 1 miss. I
Yep.
will sub that out because that's a 6. Ow.
Yep.
4s. 3.
3 wounds,
3 ups.
3 ups. He loves life.
Loves life. Very good. Oh, I forgot to do a crack again. He's sitting there going, look at this again. Let me just get rid of 2 of those Legionnaires as well.
Yep.
Before I forget.
And then I guess we're going to do a bunch of melter guns and bolters into the Terminators. Let's roll out the more interesting, exciting stuff because things like those bolters are going to take a long time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
and it's not particularly interesting because
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to do
definitely.
much damage. So,
So there's going to be... Yeah, so we'll go off and I'm going to do the bolters first because we want to get rid of the small stuff and then we're going to pick the big stuff.
alrighty, guys. Recap of the Iron Warriors turn 3 shooting phase. Tell us what happened.
No good. Basically, I put 3 wounds on Abaddon with the Decimators, and then I killed 1 Terminator and put 2 wounds on another. Yeah, wasn't great.
Not great.
Not great.
So we're going to roll some charges now. You might
Yep.
as well roll them now, and then we'll resolve all the combats and shit off.
Definitely.
Off
All
screen.
right.
So roll your charges.
So we're going to go
Terminators into Terminators, I
Terminators
assume?
into Demon Prince and Terminators.
Hang on.
Should be able to because you could hit the Dark Apostle. I mean,
Oh, yeah, you go in that gap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
Fuck
a
it.
9.
Yep, of course.
And then the Raptors into the Master of Possessions at the back. And that's a 9 as well.
Man, you need to teach me how to roll 9s because I was struggling over here.
Teach me how to Dougie. All right, so we'll move them in and we'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was not great for me. silly Boyd forgot we had a Slanesh character here who... Well, first of all, let's go to the Terminators. My Terminators went in, left the Demon Prince on
2 wounds remaining.
2 wounds. Really whiffed. Was horrible. Killed 1 Terminator, I think.
Yeah, killed 1 Terminator that was already wounded, so it wasn't that impressive.
And then he lost 1 from Coherency.
Yeah.
But he killed 3 of mine in return. And because he was Slanesh, after I fought here, he had a free interrupt.
Yep.
And his Dark Apostle that souped up killed all of my...
That Omen of Potency and the 8-fold Cursed Crozius just went in and just killed all of those raptors. So that was really impressive. Demon Prince only killed 1 Terminator. You rolled really hot on your saves there. And that more or less rounds out your turn 3.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into my turn 3 now, and then we'll get right back.
Yep.
Alrighty guys, there we have the end of my movement phase. So the Dark Apostle up here, he's put his command phase buffs, etc. on, and he's going to go into those Terminators and hopefully do some heavy damage. The Demon Prince, he's going to stay put because he wants to cast Warp Ritual. And those Legionnaires, they're going to stay on that objective just because the objective secured is valuable, and they're also going to be doing my Exalt the Dark Gods action. So that's going to get me some victory points there. Over on this side of the table, we've had the Possessed that fell back to their last turn. They've moved up and they're going to go kill some Cultists. And if they do so, that'll get me 1 point for Long War because those Cultists are currently on an objective. Then over here, we've got some interesting stuff. So the move block from these Raptors has prevented Abaddon from going in and dealing with those Terminators, which is what he wants to do. So instead, he's going to have to go all the way around, and he's basically going to try and charge both this Decimator and the Raptors. Thanks to his big base, he actually is just going to fit in quite nice there, although it is a decent charge that I'm going to need. Then we've got these Khorne marked Legionnaires. They've basically come up so that they can charge these Raptors and get the objective secured models on that objective, which is going to be really good for getting me those further Long War points.
Yep.
Another interesting play here, this Rhino has moved up, and it's going to try and go for a charge onto these Raptors. And then the idea is hopefully Abaddon and the Legionnaires kill the Raptors, and then because the Rhino made a charge, it's eligible to fight, which means it can pile in and then consolidate. And it's going to try and use that to block this gap between the walls here, just to make sure that none of the nasty stuff over there can come through. The Possessed that were inside this ruin have moved up so that next turn they're able to jump into the fray over there. And the Master of Possessions has moved back. He's gone back, so he's holding this objective here. And out of line of sight because, Boyd took Assassinate, and I basically want to keep my characters alive, with the exception of the ones that need to go in and do the damage.
Yep.
So that more or less sums up my movement phase. So we'll jump into Psychic and shooting and all that sort of boring stuff that's probably not going to have a massive impact on the game, and then we'll get back to you. Alrighty guys, that ends my turn 3. Pretty good turn. So we had the Legionnaires here charge these Raptors, failed to kill them, but did get onto that objective.
Yep.
Abaddon went over here, made the charge, killed the Decimator. Boyd was really smart and he removed the Raptor that was within engagement range of Abaddon, so Abaddon actually couldn't strike it, which was really good. Then what else do we have? We had the Dark Apostle. He went in and failed. He did 1 wound to 1 Terminator, which was really disappointing given his relics and all that sort of stuff. Yep. Then Boyd got to fight. He killed the Demon Prince. And then we fought with the Terminators and killed another 2, I believe. So we're chipping away at them. We've killed a few. Yeah. And then also over there, those Possessed charged the Cultists and killed all of them, and then got engaged in combat with those Marines, who did 1 wound back in return. So that more or less sums up my turn. So we got the Long War because we killed the Cultists off of an objective, and we claimed an objective that was Boyd.
So that's total. That's big 3.
So we got a big 3 for that. We got our our Exalt the Dark Gods action. And also, just before he died, we did get one of our Warp Ritual points. So now this... and
I got Assassinate.
Now this Master of Possessions has got some heavy lifting to do, and I've just realised a tactical blunder. I specifically decided in my movement phase that I was going to put the Master of Possessions somewhere so that in next turn he could jump on and do that Warp Ritual. But then, like a potato, we got carried away talking, and then I was like, oh, I'll just move him back here so he's safe and out of line of sight. And now he can't do those Warp Ritual. But you live and learn. You live and learn.
You live and learn.
So we're going to go into Boyd's turn 4. And we'll be right back.
All right. Right, so I got one. Was holding one objective, so I get 4 points for my
Primary, yep.
primary.
Walk
Yeah,
us through your movement.
It's getting a little bit dire here, I think. I've still got some big stuff on the table, and it's not looking that bad. But what we've done is we've shuffled around some demon engines here, so we can get some more shots on Abaddon, and then hopefully charge him and kill him.
Yep.
That would be nice. So that's the Decimator and Venom Crawler. I've moved up here with the Forge Fiend. Okay, we can get some shots on Possessed Legionnaires. Legionnaires here. If they happen to all die, potentially Abaddon. Stuff like that. Still can't see any Possessed over here. Terminators have stayed without. Dark Apostles come up. He's put illusory supplication on the Terminators again because that's his boy. We're just gonna try and take the middle back basically and kill Abaddon.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan. You want to roll out some Psychic?
Yeah. So we'll do some Psychic. So we're gonna stab one of the Legionnaires.
D3. Oof, that's a dead Legionnaire.
It's a dead Legionnaire and takes 1. So I'll just put that over there. And that's going to be Mutated Invigoration. Is that what it's got? No.
The Resurrecty one?
Resurrecty.
Pact of Flesh.
Pact of Flesh.
So it goes
For
off
just.
on a 5. And I don't have anyone in deny range.
Okay.
I do have the Legionaries who are within 24, so I could try and deny that on a 4-up. That is going to bring you back a Terminator. Your other buffs are Delightful Agonies and
+1
plus
toughness.
1 toughness.
Yeah.
Kind of all of them are just as bad for me as any. And given that I'm not rolling for it, I don't need to know what my numbers are. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to try and stop Delightful, I think.
Okay. So we'll bring back one of the Power Fist. No, I haven't taken a Power Fist guy. I'll just bring one back. I'll put him back in position in a second. We'll keep going with the Psychic.
Yep.
Then we're going to go into Delightful Agonies.
Okay, cool.
So I can't kill anyone for this.
Correct.
That goes off on a 9.
Now, I would have just ticked up a CP at the start of your turn, so I've got 2. I would like to deny that on a 4-up.
Good luck.
No. Shit. Cool.
Okay, so that's on Termies as well. And then we're going to, what was my last one?
Mutated Invigoration.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to stab another Legionnaire. I could kill them all here.
You could kill them all, because there's one guy died, one guy took a wound.
Took
so
a
you
wound,
got 3 wounds
yeah.
left in the unit.
And if I do that, I'm not holding the objective, so maybe not. I'm just going to go for a natural.
Just raw dog it.
5
fails.
doesn't go off.
Would have gone
If
off
I
had
had stabbed someone,
you would have nearly
I would have
killed
had
him.
one.
You would have had one
yeah.
wounded Legionnaire.
I don't think I could have risked that anyway.
Yeah.
So that's so he's gone, and there's a wound over there.
Yep.
And we'll bring him in, and he's going to go. Boop. Right there. Love that.
Cool. All right. Shoot me.
Shooting phase. Battery's good. Okay, we're going to go with the Decimator here into Abaddon.
Yep.
Okay.
Go for your
So
life.
left arm,
3
right
shots.
arm.
4 shots. So he takes a model, and he was on 4, so he's got healed 1, and now he's back to 3.
No. That you killed that guy
Okay,
that had the 4. Yeah, he's full. This is my full brother. Give me some 6s. Come on.
there. Takes another mortal.
And then 2s. Oh, come on.
So he takes 2, so it's not enough to kill him.
He's on 3 now.
Yes, it's on 3.
So it is enough to kill him. Oh, I couldn't kill him.
No,
anyway,
like as in kill him with. You could kill him in combat now.
Yeah, yep. Okay, now we're going to move over to the Decimator here, and we're going to go into the Possessed over there.
Checks out.
Okay, so left arm, right arm. My dice rolls have gone to hell now. Left arm, 2 6s.
Oh, what happened to your dice rolls going to hell?
Okay, 1 mortal. 2s.
Then these are 5-ups from being word bearer. So that's a 6, that's a 6, that's a 6. So it takes 1 dead and wounds the other. So 1 dead
Yep.
and a wound on his mate.
Cool. Wound on his mate. Wound on his mate.
Kill.
All right.
Forge boy.
Forgy and Spider. Spider. So,
Spider into the, what's it, the possessed?
into the possessed. Okay, 1 miss, but 1 explode. 3s.
Single wound. God, I wish I got that.
Neg 2.
So single wound, neg 2 becomes neg 1, so 4-ups. So he loves it. No damage dealt. Forge boy.
So blast. So 9 shots. 5 and 4. 3s. And then 3s.
Woof. And what's the AP on these?
3. So 5 at neg 3.
Comes neg 2, so 5-ups. So that kills 4 of them. Now I'm tempted to keep... Everything is shot now, so I don't need to protect Abaddon anymore. I'm tempted to keep that 1 Legionnaire on that objective. Yeah, I'll keep that 1 Legionnaire on the objective, because I don't think you're going to kill him in melee. Cool.
All right, let's go for charges.
Yep.
Oh, we might as well do his bolt gun.
Into the Legionnaires, yep.
Yeah.
2 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound. 1 damage.
Does the damage to a Legionnaire.
Suffering your chops. All right.
Cool.
I've got to make some moves here. So Forge Fiend into your Legionnaires.
Yep. Go nuts. That's a 9.
9.
So that's going to make it.
Spider into Abaddon.
Yep. 5.
5. Yeah,
Yeah, should make it. Yep.
quite easily. Yep. So there. So there. Yep. Spinning. There's that into
Yep.
there. Dark Apostle into the Legionnaires.
Yep. Needing to roll like a 3. Yep, that'll do it. I'll pop them in there for you.
Thank you.
Any other charges?
No, that'll do.
All right, cool. We'll resolve some fights off camera and we'll
Sure.
get back to you.
Yep. The whiff.
Another whiff.
Another whiff.
So what did we do? We charged some stuff, yeah?
Spider come in. Did nothing.
So we had a...
Then Abaddon killed him.
we had the spider that was here. He's charged into Abaddon. Did nothing. Abaddon slapped him back. Forge Fiend.
Did
charged
nothing.
Legionnaires, did nothing.
Terminators.
Terminators just bounced off each other. I think I killed 2 and you killed none.
1. You killed 1 and I killed 0.
Okay, so 1 and 0. So this is a never-ending combat.
Dark Apostle came in and killed 3 Legionnaires.
Whoop. Yep.
Do you have some morale?
Yes. Oh, you killed 3, so I'm leadership 8, so I'd need to roll a 6 to fail. Oh, there's a 6.
My objective again.
And you can't CP reroll.
No.
Okay. That sucks. Actually, no. He gets the Apostle's leadership because he's nearby. Within 6 inches. So he's good. Sorry to burst your bubble. But he's good.
Isn't it 3 inches?
I'm pretty sure it's 6. Let's look that up.
Every time. So we've had a decent old battle with these Terminators in the middle.
Where the fuck
But
is
mine, I'm not rolling very well, which I can't blame it on the rolls. But I think
Yeah, within 6 inches.
Okay. So yeah.
Yep. Saved by the fucking bell. And then that's more or less it. So we're going to jump over into my turn 4 now.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens. Guys, we've got my turn 4 movement phase. Pretty simple. So the Legionnaires that were over here, they've come back so that they're still holding the objective. They've fallen back, but making it so that they're between the Disco Lord there and Abaddon. So there's the, not Disco Lord, sorry, the, what's it called? Decimator.
Yep.
Decimator and Abaddon, because Abaddon only has those 3 wounds left. So I don't want that Decimator just going and killing him.
Yep.
This Rhino's just moved up slightly. It's going to basically try and charge so that after Abaddon punks the Forge Fiend, the Rhino can then go around and create a screen so that that Decimator can't hit Abaddon either. So my goal there is to try to keep Abaddon alive so that he doesn't get the Assassinate points. The Possessed that were here, they've just fallen back behind this wall again. Now, the reason I've done that is mainly because they're not going to contribute to the fight in any way, and I don't want to give up any unnecessary no prisoners
I wouldn't,
points.
yeah.
So sometimes, like for example, the cultists, they've just sat behind that ruin all game,
Yep.
and it's like, cool, that's a victory point that I'm just not going to give up easily. We had the Legionnaire that survived the Apostle. He's fallen back onto this objective over here, and the other Legionnaires that were inside this Rhino have disembarked onto that objective so that I can do my action again.
Yep.
Which means I will have done it 4 times, which is all you need to do. So from then on out, it's easy street. And other than that, we had the Possessed over there move in.
Yep.
They're going to do some damage.
Yep.
So we're going to do some Psychic Powers now, because we might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Where's your
Master
Psycho?
of Possessions, he's right in the middle there.
Oh,
he
yep.
would be within 24 of your guy, I would imagine.
Yep. Both guys.
Yes,
yep.
he is, yep. So he's going to go for I think a Pact of Flesh is probably a good way to go here
Okay.
first. He's not going to do any mortals to his mates. He's just going to go straight for the Pact. Fails and perils. So I could spend my 1 CP. Oh, I've got 2 CP. I could spend 1 to make that automatically pass and be undeniable.
Okay, but he still rolled double 1s, so that means because he's near my black rune, he takes perils.
That's no, because this stratagem says that it counts as having been rolled as
Does it?
the lowest possible to cast. Yeah, 100%. That's yeah. So you basically don't perils, and therefore it doesn't count as a double 1 because it counts as whatever you need to get the power. So no damage there, but that is good. I always forget that part of the black rune, like literally never use it. Cool. So that's his first power. Then he's going to go for a Delightful Agonies.
So you got no CP left?
I've got 1 CP left. Yep.
Yep.
Delightful Agonies. Goes off
Yay,
on
and
10.
that's perils too.
I hope that one will, for sure. So that's so is it just D3 or
D3,
perils
I
on
think.
any roll of double? Yep. So he takes 1.
Let me just double check what it is.
I believe that's the case. We'll just assume.
Either
it
way,
is,
it's 1.
We'll assume it is, and if it's not, we'll check it later.
Yep. So, he
So
was
you got it
down
up
to
on a 10?
4, so now he should be down to 3.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Correct. Yep. Good spot.
Master of Possession. Oh, sorry.
Black rune.
I'll get that up.
We'll look it
just
up in a
sec.
moment.
Yep.
Just keep going.
Yep.
So did you want to try and deny it? Is the question.
What was that one for? Delightful
That
Agonies?
was Delightful Agonies on a 10.
Yep. Well, I might as well. You've only got 1 more cast, don't you?
Correct.
So-
You've got 2 denies, so. Oh, he denies it on a nice mighty 11. That's
Woo!
that's what you want to see. All right, now we're going to go for a Pact of Flare, Mutated Invigoration.
Yep.
Sorry, goes off on a 7.
Come on, baby. Ah, damn it.
Okay, so we got our Pact of Flesh, we got our Mutated Invigoration, but we did not get our Delightful
Delightful
Agonies.
Agonies. Yep.
Now, in terms of shooting, there isn't much, so we'll just do a quick charge.
Yep.
So I'm not even going to bother shooting. So
No shooting.
we've got the Possessed charging into the Legionnaires. Don't need to roll that because they're in base.
Yep.
Abaddon. So I actually don't need to roll any charges because everything's where I, more or less where I
Fair
want
enough.
it to
Yep.
be. So I guess we'll fight first. Now you are going to be able to Slaneshi
My
Terminator.
Terminators, just like we've
Fight
been
me
doing all
first.
game.
It's a really interesting interaction that. But so we're going to do my Abaddon first into your Forge Fiend.
All right, I'll spend my 2 CP on -1 to wound.
Okay, cool. So he goes in with his 8 attacks. Let's have a look-see at what damage Abaddon can do. 8 attacks. He's hitting on 2s. he is getting reroll hits from his buff to himself. So that's one miss, but there is 2 exploding hits in there from Wanton Slaughter. And then you made me -1 to wound, so that's wounding on 4s now.
Okay.
Because he would have been wounding you on 3.
And no rerolls.
No rerolls.
Does it matter?
So it actually does, because there's only 1 6 in there.
Okay. Yep. So we'll do that at the end.
5 demon saves to make.
5 5-ups. Come on, Dice God. Save 3.
So he takes 6.
Yep.
They're 3 damage plus D3 for another 2. So he takes 8.
And he's alive.
So Abaddon actually did not kill that Forge Fiend. That inability to reroll wounds is so powerful against things like Abaddon. Really good. Then we've got the Possessed over there. I guess we'll do them next. So we've got...
I'm happy
to scoop them?
just to scoop these boys up.
Yeah.
Because
Couple Legionnaires is not
I think that Possessed... Now, do you want to pile in anywhere? Maybe towards my Master of Possession?
No.
No.
Why would I want to do that?
Okay, that's fine.
No, I don't think I want to do that. Because you would just donk them dead.
Donk them dead. Should I do my Terminators? These fell back, didn't they? Yep.
Yeah, they fell back. So the only thing that we've got left to fight with is the Terminators.
Yep.
So let's do yours, and we'll show people just how pointless this combat is.
4, 5. I have 5 remaining, which is 4 fists and 1 accursed.
Yep, so 3 attacks per fist.
Yep.
So the reason we haven't been rolling these out is because, as you can see, it takes as you're about to see, it takes a long time to resolve, and it's very...
And I've been getting very frustrated behind the scenes with these rolls. And you can see this firsthand, okay? We need 4s because illusory supplication. Yep.
2 hits.
3, 4 hits. So 1 exploding 6.
Oh, yes, so, yep.
So there we go. What'd you think of that, guys? 4s.
Yep. So 2 wounds, and there needs to be an AP3.
So I give up.
4 up saves. 1 gets through. It's 2 damage.
You didn't get off.
And I didn't get Delightful Agony, so that's 2 damage on one of my Terminators from your Power Fist. So we have 2 there.
Curse.
The curse, yep. So
1 explode.
Yep.
And 5s. Nothing. Yay!
And then, we won't bother doing mine on camera because, as you can see, nothing happens. When Terminators slap Terminators, it's very inconsequential. I think mine got a slight edge because I have a few more Power Fists, and I'm also just...
I still got 4, and I only hit with 4 attacks.
Yeah.
So 16, I dropped 12.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. 3. Yeah, anyway, it was a stupid amount.
So, the only other thing, I forgot to do the charge of my Apostle into your
which would have been...
Apostle on Apostle combat, which I make it in easily.
That's impossible.
Apostle?
That's impossible.
A possible. I'm going to put that on the screen. All right, cool. So we got, my guy has 5 attacks in his profile, plus 3 from his Omen of Potency.
You did both.
He does both.
Yeah.
So he's hitting you on 2s with full rerolls. We'll move the model in a sec. So 2 6s in there, so 2 explodes. Automatically wounding you.
Oh, just roll them for me. 4 up, Invan.
So you take that times 3.
Okay. He's dead.
So that's, for those playing along at home, that was 18 damage.
Yeah.
So this is where that Accursed Crozius really shines. It wasn't very good into the Terminators because, they're hard to hit, those sorts of things, but yeah.
Forge Fiend into Abaddon.
Ooh, spicy. Is he bracketed? Probably bracketed by now. 6.
He lost 8, so yeah, he'd be down to 4s.
Yep.
1 wound.
So even if I fail this save, Mark Siege tells you that
Yep, that's true.
nothing happens.
Yep.
So that sums up that turn. So looking at the scoreboard, it's looking pretty good for me.
Yep.
Because that turn, I would have got my Long War by killing those Marines. I got my action for doing that. I haven't got a Warp Ritual this turn, but I have positioned my Master of Possession so that he can go in and get it next turn.
Yep.
So we're looking pretty good.
Yep. I'll keep going.
You keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We'll hit you guys back at the end of Boyd's turn 5.
Yeah, so we've just, in my movement phase, we've moved my Decimator over to the fire objective. Should be able to kill these. Actually, why did I say that? He's not going to do it. He won't kill possessed, 2 possessed, 4 wounds I need to shoot through. Decimators come in here, okay, so we can get some shots on, either on the screen or if that's dead, Abaddon, but Abaddon's in combat. So I've spent 1 CP for Methodical Annihilation to allow him to shoot Blast into combat.
So the Forge Fiend's going to shoot into this combat. That Decimator's going to shoot into the Possessed over there. Where's this guy shooting?
Well, he's a bit of a, he can go either way.
Okay,
he's touching the terrain so he can see through and whatnot.
He goes both ways.
He goes both ways, yeah, sure. So we'll move in, and the Master of Possession has moved up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with Delightful Agonies. Okay, I've got no more pluses to cast with this, so 7.
Yep. That's an 8.
That's an 8.
It goes off. I do have a Psycho within range. I might as well.
Go for it.
That's
Yay,
a 9.
nice.
So that's a denied Delightful.
Then we're going to go, we're going to try and bring back a Terminator.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not going to stab him because
stab
I don't want to lose one. And we get a 10 on that.
Does the Master of Possessions deny 2? I think he casts 2, denies 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
And with Lever, he knows the next can cast an extra. Yeah.
So I do have the Balefire Tome in there.
Yep.
So that's another deny. What did you get that off?
10.
10.
So
and then your last power, and that was Pact of Flesh. That was to heal a guy.
That's what it's called. Yeah. Sorry, Pact of Flesh. Yep. And what's my last? My last one's
last
mutated
I'm going
Invigor.
to let you have that, and I'm going to try and stop mutated Invigoration.
Sure. I've got to get it off first.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
You don't. Ah. But I would have failed to.
Oh no, you got it.
I would have failed to stop the other power anyway.
Yeah.
So cool. So you bring one guy back, but you didn't get your Delightful, and you didn't get your Mutate. I think that's going to be a really interesting swing because now my Terminators are actually going to do meaningful damage into you.
Now I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
When I bring him back, can I? And I am in engagement range. Can I bring it in engagement range?
It has to be of the same unit. I believe that's the case.
Okay, so I can't bring it in here in with the Legionnaires.
No.
All right.
You could, however, I believe you could bring it in not within engagement range of the Legionnaires, but closer to the Legionnaires than the Terminators, and then you could pile in. So we should have this on the top-down camera. Potatoes. So just to recap on that, he's basically resurrected his guy. He can't put it within engagement range of those Legionnaires. However, he puts it on the table nearer to the Legionnaires so that when you activate your Terminator unit, you can pile in. As long as that retains coherency, you're good to go.
Okay. Happy for that then?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Poor Legionnaires are about to get power fisted.
No, he's an accursed.
Oh, okay, cool.
All my power fists are still alive.
They haven't done anything. They've done very little. All right, cool. So do some shooting.
All right. So first Decimator into
the Possessed.
Possess. Come on, baby. Left arm.
Ooh, he's got some big rolls here.
Right arm.
So you got 3 and 5. So left arm, 1's to do mortals to yourself.
Mortal to myself, but that is a 6, so that explodes. Another mortal to myself. You love that.
Mortals.
It's not going to happen.
All right.
Not going to happen. 2s.
So it's
5.
It might happen.
Nah, it won't
We're
happen.
going to get through 4, so I'm going to pass 2 of these Delightful Agonies.
You'll get it. You'll save 3.
I saved 2, so that's all I needed.
That's all he needed, baby.
So we got 1 possessed there, single wound remaining.
Yep.
That being said, no one controls that objective now.
Yeah. And we're going to do the pistols from the Raptors within the terrain feature here into the Legionnaires.
In combat with the Legionnaires?
No, they're not. I would have been able to fight back.
You
that
can't
was the
shoot
case.
into a combat that you're not in.
You're not in combat.
I'm
not in
right.
combat.
No, my apologies. For some reason, I thought I was still engaged in combat. So, there you go. So
When did the
3
pistols
hits,
explode?
And now.
Oh, okay. Now.
Now.
And 4s. Oh.
So what's that? 3?
4. Yeah.
So these will be 2-up saves because there's
Yep.
a dying cover there. After all, I'm 2 at a time just
Yep.
in case he dies. Like that.
Like that. Oh.
So there goes old mate. And then the other two. Does away.
Tried.
Wow, those pistols were going hard.
Tried to kill him.
Yep. Old mate.
We're going to do Forge Fiend, so it's 3d3 into Abaddon.
3 shots.
Hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. He is now on his top bracket.
So no hits.
Okay, so that's pretty much my life right now. And he's going to try and finish off. This Decimator is going to try and finish off the Legionnaires.
Yep.
One arm into the
Single possessed.
single possessed and one arm into the Legionnaires.
Yep. It's just like.
Yep. Legionnaires.
Whoa, big 6
Possessed.
shots. 3 shots.
Big
into
3
possessed.
shots.
So 6 shots into the possessed. To the Legionnaires.
Legionnaires.
So you do a model to yourself. And 5 hits.
Yep. 3.
So that's enough to kill him. Oh, actually, I get my Fiona Paints.
Yep.
Oh, triple ones. That's enough to kill him. And he's touching the ruin, isn't he?
Who?
Third.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He's on this part of it.
Yep.
And the 3 shots into the possessed over there. 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 dead.
Oh, wow. So you can't complain too much about your shooting. You're getting everything that you could ever dream of here.
I'm complaining.
All right, cool. Any other shooting?
We'll just do his bolt gun into the Legionnaire. Out there!
Yep.
Oh, no, I advanced.
Yes, you did.
I did advance.
correct.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. So that sums up your psychic and shooting. We're not going to bother rolling that combat on camera because once
No.
again, it's a relatively inconsequential, as you
Yep.
guys saw in the last turn. So we'll resolve that off camera and then we'll hit you guys with a recap of the results.
Yep. All right, guys. So, as per expected, another whiff. You saw the Terminators roll out. Did they see?
No, we decided not to do that on camera,
Oh,
and I
okay.
kind of regret it because it was actually quite interesting. So Boyd didn't have Illusory Supplication because his Apostle was dead. He didn't have Delightful Agonies, and he didn't have Mutated Invigoration. So none of his defensive powers were up, which meant my Terminators went in hard.
Yep.
I spent a CP to get him +1 to hit,
Yep.
and they did a lot of damage. So I
Yeah.
think I killed 5.
Yeah, something like that. And I just pulled the last one then because there's no difference. This is the last turn. So
Yep.
I whiffed again here against Abaddon.
Yep, Forge Fiend failed to do any damage there.
And yeah, that's basically it. So Dean's turn.
So
He's gonna
realistically,
max everything.
yep, the Apostle's going to move, the Master of Possession is going to move up to do his power.
Let's just see if I deny your action.
Yep, so my Psychic action is going to go off on a 9. So
Yeah.
not denied. So
That's
I
it.
get my Warp Ritual. Abaddon's going to take that. Yep, it's going to be a
Well done.
decent score. So we'll
Yeah.
put the scores up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Thanks again, Boyd, for coming on. Tell us a little bit about where people can find you.
So we're over at Legends and Lore. We're very thematic for our battle reports. Our producer director Chris puts in a lot of effort. So come over to our channel. We've got an awesome Patreon list. You know, different sections. We do different things. We do narrative. We do custom missions. We do Nephilim. And we do a series called Gauntlet of Glory, which is basically a Street Fighter style kind of.
Yes, I've
Gauntlet
seen
thing.
those. They're very
Yeah,
inspired.
it's very cool.
So you take like one character, named character, and you just get him to
Try
run
and
the
get him
gauntlet,
through the gauntlet.
do duels.
Yeah.
Very, very
We've got
cool.
a gauntlet set and whatnot. Yeah, so we've also got t-shirts on our Teespring store. So come over, subscribe, get in our Discord. I'm sure Dean will put a link up for
Absolutely.
us. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming
Thanks
on,
for
man.
having me, Dan.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you thought of this battle. Let me know what you think of the new format. We're still obviously working out some kinks. We had some challenges with the battery on the camera. We also had a few challenges with various bits of formats, so it's still a work in progress, but your feedback is very welcome. So let me know in the comments below if you like the direction this channel's headed. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.